can't believe it. They pulled it out. What a call. What a play. What a game.
Happy Thanksgiving. Hello everyone. Happy Thanksgiving, Daniel. Let's go.
today. From Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Charles, we look at this Steeler Ball Club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So the new-look Steelers offense headed out for their first drive, led by a man in his 13th NFL season now. First as a Steeler, Russell Wilson.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
First carry for Najee Harris. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
2 things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. To throw is Wilson. Pass complete. George Pickens with it.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Let's see who's faster.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, Wilson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Come to my work. We won. Come to my work. Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. Ready.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Chubb. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of 85. But then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's third year, playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. It's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about it for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Browns will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. Seven nothing is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though.
58 Mike, 58 Mike.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
To the right side and intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker Jordan Hicks. Nice little juke.
That's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Chubb will score. Touchdown, Cleveland.
There you go. I can hear you. I'm coming.
So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. This is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
Time to go to work. Let's go.
Set now to kick this one away,
Thanks,
and
Honcho
off it
Gaming.
goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Get up. Crack all 80. Switch up. Undercrush.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You look at this Steeler defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. 1 in running the ball, 1 in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
And again, it's Chubb. Powerful running. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
What we got?
They'll go left side of the ground with Chubb. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Squeeze, double up.
13-0 is the score after one on EA Sports.
Let's get that ball here. Mike.
The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Yeah, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So his big first half continues. His 3rd touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So the drive there took 6 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Things unfortunately continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous drive, of course, led to the touchdown. And that deficit widening a little bit further. 1st and 10. To begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now Wilson on second down. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Calvin Austin hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year.
Welcome back, Lucy. Face Pusha Poopshape. Happy Thanksgiving, Big Sis.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And oh, it's blocked. The Browns have it. Taking it right down Broadway. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Well, I think I need an oxygen mask after those last 2 plays, CD. The long touchdown followed by the even longer return on the block PAT.
I wonder if after that long touchdown, if someone actually needed a play off and didn't take it, and maybe that was the breakdown in protection led to the block.
Too many bottles are here, sis.
So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. From his end zone, here comes Jerome Ford. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession. Well, there you see it. A hat trick of touchdowns, and we're in the first half. I'm betting that he was over there saying, feed me.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
I got to eat.
There is no doubt, and he's real hungry right now, isn't he? I mean, let's be honest about it. We don't have to be on the field to understand what he's telling everyone. Give me the ball. We're locked in with the offensive line. They're taking care of business, and I'm finishing things off.
Well, heck, he might be able to turn this into an historic event. We'll see. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 101 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to
Chubb running to the wide side. Fighting his way through contact. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. He'll look to throw. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep.
Ready.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6.
They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
7 Pirates! 7 Pirates!
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Come on, 60 by 6, 60 by 6.
Back to throw now on first down. Forced out to his left. Nifty move. Again with a juke. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Remaining in this first half of football. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. Up the middle, it's Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point.
MOG flexed biceps.
And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run.
MOG right facing fist. MOG left facing fist. Happy Thanksgiving Oz to you and your family.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, the same tempo, and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete to
Happy Thanksgiving Oz cheers. MOG drinking beer mugs. MOG sharing blossom.
On first down, Wilson. Got an open man, it's Pickens. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
It's going to be a long day. That's going to be a long day. 58 right up.
Here's Wilson. He's got this to Pickens. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
58 the money. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
It's not a common sight, at least on this drive, temporary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
And that's going to be incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Wilson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Boswell's kick is good. And they'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. They'll be looking to get in the end zone again. Had the touchdown, as you see, last drive on 4 carries. And during the break, we were looking at some of the replays from the previous drive. Really good holes created, great space.
Yeah, I like the observation you had there during that break about, okay, they've got to do something to slow down their running. So is it bringing in more defensive linemen? Is it dropping in extra linebackers? What are you going to do? Personally, I'm going to take my safety and drop him into the box. I'm going to have at least 7 in there until he shows that he can beat me through the air. You've got to slow down the running game.
I was just going to say, you'll take the exposure in the passing game over the top until you can prove that you can stop the running game.
Sometimes you go cold because you haven't thrown it in a while. Let's see if he can heat up again.
And Chubb going to push forward and pick up a Browns first down as the tackle made up near the 35. So we come upon halftime. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys starting to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield. And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
169 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
A give. This is Chubb. Oh, he shifts past him. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Okay, 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
Haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
A run for Nick Chubb. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Chubb. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're number 2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with it. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
I'm coming.
Here's Wilson. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. Harris running straight ahead. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead down to 20. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Come on now, let's go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go.
A give running right is Chubb. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Get it. Crack all 80.
Mike, 55.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Let's go now.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. T.J. Watt, always a disruptor, there to blow that play up. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. 48 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Elijah Moore high in the air to bring it in. And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. His great season throwing the ball continues. That last touchdown pass, number 40 for him on the year. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. Stretches the lead to 27. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was finished off by Elijah Moore on the touchdown reception. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now Wilson. Leads Austin here over the middle. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me.
Now it's Wilson. Pickens on the slant. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. Now Wilson finding Pickens for another catch. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. George Pickens, 46 yards. And the Steelers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense. He made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, there's a penalty flag down. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
They go up the middle with Chubb, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Browns. Jerry Judy. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Browns are on their way to a sensational 13-0 start as they extend their lead here. That touchdown reception, his 22nd of the year, tying him for 2nd all-time with Hall of Famer Jerry Rice, who also had 22 during the 1987 season. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Smokey Robinson.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Let's go defense.
Now it's Wilson. That's caught and tossed in left side. And they'll get to him right away at the 40. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Wilson on 1st down. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Wilson. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40. There's Wilson to throw. A short one there to Fryermuth. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Throwing again here, Wilson. Here's Fryermuth again. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And the incompletion there, so that breaks a string of 5 straight hookups. It also leads to a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Wilson. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A short one there to Fryermuth. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
He's not going to get me.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Double dog, that's the way. Mike, let go.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. When they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Cleveland, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.
Little bro, love you. Emoji yellow heart.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to EASports.com. With that, we say